I think when one of these nights came out. Because we were doing a lot of gigs, like Jethro Tull, we were Joe Cocker opening up for these guys. But all of a sudden, I think it was around one of these nights, and I looked at Irving Azoff and I said, boy, this is big time now. I could tell it was working. And it just all of a sudden, bam, we got hit with all this stuff. I mean, it was happening.
It must have been crazy around Hotel California because there was such a buzz around that album. Everyone went nuts over it.
Oh, it was. It was just, that's when I left. I did the tour for Hotel California.
Did they know you were going to leave?
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, Glenn and I got into a little, fight there. But, it's something that, it just happened.
Mm-hmm.
It just, something happened and we kind of got mad at each other and we took a swing at each other in Knoxville, Tennessee. I thought at the time, it was just like, guys fighting. But then it got really bad and I just decided at that point, that's when I decided, I thought, I better leave because it was getting too, I just didn't like what I was doing anymore.
Yeah. Any regrets leaving the band?
Not really. I wish I could have left in a different way though.
Yeah.
But how are you going to be nice when you leave?
Well, it's interesting you should say it that way because, most of us say that about relationships, right? Or like a love relationship. We leave them, and it's like a marriage, right?
Exactly.
And you go back and you go, well, I wish I could have did things a little bit better, but, that's life. That's the way it goes, right?
Yeah, that's the deal. It's like you do it, and then you got to stand with what you did. Probably the worst part of this whole deal is like these books that were put out.
Well, I read a bit of To the Limit.
There's a couple of them.
Yeah.
And it's like at the time they caught us at a wrong time, I thought. And that's when everybody was kind of angry at each other. So you say things that you really don't mean, because, you spill all the dirt. And that's what these people wanted. And you fall into it. And then years later, like now, it's like, why in the hell did I say that? Or why did Henley say that? Or why did Glenn? Or, anybody. It's like, goddamn it, we're just people. And we had, there was a time when there was a little resentment and all that stuff. But, it's when you get older, it's like, why even think about it anymore? It's not worth it. Okay, now, enough is enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I think right now is enough is enough.
I hear you.
Because I don't hold any hatred or anything. It's just like, those were the times, that's what happened. And now just, let's get on with life and have some fun, Not too much anymore. There used to be a time when that was it.
Do you ever mind that when people came up to you?
It's like part of your gig, It's like they're the fans. They're the ones that make you. It's like when I was with the Eagles, like in Japan, I remember just, a little story. These people would come up, and it was so funny, because they would want autographs. So they'd have an album sitting out, and you'd say, okay, I'll sign that. And what they did is have like about 12 of them layered, so it looked like one.
Oh, my God.
Sign one and just jump, like a little shutter thing. Could you sign this too? And I would stand down there all night to sign every one of them, because all these people that came that wanted my autograph, I appreciate because they're fans. It makes us.
Half the people I talk to, about half would say what you just said. And the other half just, I don't know what it is. I've talked to people who almost seem bitter and angry at the fame they've had. And everyone's different and I understand that. But it always surprises me because as a kid, we all wanted to do what you're doing. Every kid in high school wanted to be a rock and roll star, right? It's part of almost the culture we live in. And
yeah, it's like a dream,
Sure.
Well, hey, I can tell you this. It's like every week I get like about 2 or 3 letters, kids and young kids all over, the U.S. and stuff, and all they want is an autographed picture. And it's amazing. I don't know if their parents tell them, but, gosh, we played so many gigs that we've seen kids like, 15 and 16 singing all the lyrics that it really makes you feel good because they're appreciating, what I did and what we do.